I like this particular spot because it's accessible, empty, and away from others. It's closed off, yet has an open space, with a dominant amount of shade. And most importantly, it's out of the sight from the police.
Bad enough when it was just drugs.
According to Prague law, as of recording this video, possession of marijuana is allowed of up to 100 grams. However, public smoking is still prohibited. Some say the police don't really care, but whether or not the laws change in the next 3 years, it's best to not attract the ire of a police force with this kind of firepower. If you're tired of stinking up the comfort of your apartment, you might want to step outside to get away and relieve some stress. And sometimes that's all you can do while living in an ever-increasing police state that is cracking down on a minority class and stealing them from their homes, or worse. So obviously the best places to smoke will be the ones that have no or very little people around, and we'll be avoiding places like the sewers or underground areas because the point of a smoke spot is to maximize the vibes and increase the enjoyment during your break from the world. Take for example this area over in
Čistá čtvrť.
tucked next to the Palestine bit. What the heck? This is why I bring out the hologram. As I was saying, the area over here by the bank is a pretty good spot because despite it being wide open to the public, no one goes over here. That's what makes it a simple, approved go-to spot. A wide, breathable area that's easily accessible yet isolated. And if you want to be extra sure, you can tuck yourself into the back here. But I'm confident that no person walks over here during the day at all. Just around the corner and up the street from the station is another spot that I particularly like. Sandwiched between these two buildings, one that is nothing more than an unassuming shipping company, is a door to an area that seems like it was made for getting out and away from the public. You can probably stand here and go completely unnoticed, just as long as you manage to stay out of view from anyone inside these windows, if they even care about this sort of thing. Otherwise, it's another secluded and yet open with a beautiful view. Continuing down the street past the
Bolzano.
monument and into the
Dávný.
district, past the station and straight into our next spot at the
Libuše.
apartments, you'll start to notice a trend here. As you can see, a lot of these areas are going to be mostly peopleless, and that's the point. We're looking for completely alone places, where no one can possibly witness you committing a crime in public, and it's most important that you trust no one. This is completely healthy. Additionally, if you're also wondering why a lot of these places seem abandoned, that's probably because you're unemployed. Most people leave for work during the day. This area is actually nice, especially if you live at these apartments, and it's the perfect spot to take a break while your laundry washes. Again, this is a big, open area that holds a beautiful ambiance, if I may be so bold to say. And there's plenty of room to sit and stand and take in that Banksy graffiti on that wall there. Not much more to say about this besides this would be a return spot for sure. If you head east of Monument Station, past the blockade, further down the street and into this alleyway, you'll find a very open area with a little bit more nature. And the only people you really have to worry about coming out of this door are so high off some harder shit that they shouldn't dare try to judge you. The spot is a no-brainer, so not much more to say about this. However, alternatively, on the opposite side of the station and down this stretch of grass, you'll reach a tree sitting in front of a little shack. Now this may seem like someone's home or possibly just not an ideal spot to your liking, but I'd rather like this area as somewhat opposite to the other side. And I like the way the light bounces off the gray block wall, as well as the big tree here that provides shade for the entire corner. Maybe avoid sitting on the couch though. Both sides I like equally because you can watch the train go by as it glistens in the sunlight. For this next part, we will travel over to the
Překážka.
district, and not too far from the station, and just around from the fountain. There is a spot that may seem like we'd be doing something illegal to get to, but I walked up to the lift, which was already on, and used it without the authorities paying any mind to me at all. So you're good! obviously up here you're going to have some of the most immaculate views in the district. And that's what makes this an S tier smoke spot in Prague. Complete isolation, no police pursuit, just pure vibes here, man. And honestly, the fact that there is a dirty, disgusting mattress up here does not bother me in the slightest. For me, personally, it takes nothing away from this being a good hang spot. No more notes. Just around the block from the fountain is a storefront, I guess, called Vincent van Og, which, I should admit, does have quite a few people hanging in and around the place because it's seemingly abandoned and completely open. So far, all of these features don't sound like a great idea, but my interest is through the back door and down the stairs. Again, not very convincing. As before, I said we wouldn't go anywhere underground, until you make it down these stairs and you walk into what looks like to be a community theater. If that's not enough to get you on board, I will mention that no one wanders down these stairs, and I think the lighting has a pleasant mood, as well as this cunty-ass lounge chair. Adding some smoke in here may provide a truly theatrical atmosphere. This final spot is for the more adventurous and possibly ones with proper upper body strength. So overall this might be a non-starter for stoners, especially since, once again, it seems like we'd be doing something completely illegal. But if you're up to it, you can climb this scaffolding and jump a few ledges onto this balcony to enjoy the urban sprawl from someone else's apartment. Who? I don't know. No one shows up here. And if you're worried about police, you'll be just perfectly out of view of the drones that come and scan the area. Personally, I always wanted a balcony with a solid view of the city, but alas, I am poor because I spent all my money on weed. Not really much more to say other than, to others, this may be anxiety-inducing rather than vibes-maxing. But I'll say one more thing. If you look like you're supposed to be there, no one will question if you are supposed to be there. I didn't write a conclusion for this. I didn't really know how to end this, but I would like to do more videos such as this in other games. So if you'd like to see more of this, please let me know. Because I would love to do more. You know what? Don't let me know. I'm gonna do it anyway.